I want to welcome back Rebecca from Greater Orlando Children's Miracle Network Hospitals, who's here to talk about this fantastic piece of equipment and introduce to us to a couple of special people. So Rebecca, welcome back.
Thank you. Excited to be here with everyone again today. I registered last night. I have my rowing machine ready, so I will be logging all my miles that I row starting tonight.
Awesome.
But just excited to have this opportunity to share a little bit more about the impact that you all have when you are fundraising for Torch Relay and supporting your Children's Miracle Network hospitals across the country. This is one of the things that has been purchased by funds that our friends have raised here locally. And I have a couple of special friends with me from our pediatric critical care transport team. I have Troy and Tim. And so we're just going to take the next few minutes and share a little bit about this vehicle with you. Just to give you guys an idea, these vehicles can cost anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million. That my friends are going to tell you a little bit more about this, but over the years, 10 of these vehicles have been purchased for our hospital here. And so when you think about that, you think about how the dollars that you're raising add up to make a difference for a hospital like this. It's absolutely incredible. And just know that these are things that are happening in your community too. So I'm going to have my friends come on up over here. So as I mentioned, we have Troy and Tim. They are with our critical care transport team. And so we just want to take a couple minutes just to tell you a little bit about this vehicle. So gentlemen, this looks like a beautiful big blue ambulance.
This is our newest.
Yes, tell us a little bit about it.
So this is the newest one of our fleet. We have 3 of these. They're 2 patient capable. So we can transport 2 children at one time if we need to. We do inter-facility only, from hospital to hospital. Some of the sickest, some of the most injured children that they run across, they call us, we go get them.
So Troy, how far away do you go to bring kids here to Orlando Health Arnold Palmer Children's Hospital?
Good question. So there's several teams throughout the state of Florida. You'll find some teams in Miami, you'll find some teams in Jacksonville. I believe there's some in Tampa. We are the only team that has no boundaries. We will cover this entire state. And we have been up into the Panhandle, down into Miami multiple times. East Coast and West Coast, I consider those daily runs. Sometimes 2-3 times a day we'll run to Melbourne, Daytona Beach. So Lakeland, you know. We don't have boundaries. Wherever the call comes in, we go.
That's awesome.
So on average, how many transports would you say you do each year?
177 last month.
How many was that?
177 last month.
And presently we're operating a day truck for 12 hours. And then there'll be a night crew that will come in and take over this truck for the night truck for 12 hours. And then we have a swing truck, which operates typically from 11 to 11. And again, 3 trucks, 3 people on each truck. And we're racking them up. We're racking up the mileage. This here is the newest, like I said. We're just a little over a year and a half old, and we're approaching 100,000.
And I see this has a fairly big front compartment here. Is there a reason for that? Because usually you only see room for 2 passengers.
Right.
So what's different about this one?
So this will handle 4 in the cab alone, and then we have 3 seats in the back, and then we have 2 stretchers. So this is quite a big crew that we can take. We also can take children that are on ECMO. We're able to configure the back of the truck for ECMO transports, either from here to an outlying facility, someplace else, Tampa, wherever. We can take doctors, we can take nurses, but typically the team operates with a pediatric critical care respiratory therapist, pediatric critical care nurse, and the driver is either a paramedic or an EMT.
Well, what do you say? Can we walk around this and you show us a little bit what's inside this vehicle? Why don't we'll go start in the back here.
Yeah,
So let's the camera come on over here and get a view inside. And why don't you tell us a little bit about the equipment in here? This essentially is an ICU on wheels.
That's
so
correct.
tell us a little bit about the equipment that you have on here and the care that you can provide while you're transporting patients to our hospital.
Just about most of the things that they do in the ICU, we can do out in the field. We get on scene if the child needs to be intubated, have a tube placed in him. We can go ahead and do that with our team. We carry all variety of pumps, IV pumps, syringe pumps. We have ventilators. We have heater systems for the ventilators, so they can adjust. We also carry gases on this truck. So we have oxygen, we have medical air,
Heliox.
and heliox on this truck. So we can blend 3 different gases to meet the child's needs. And anything that they've accepted here, we go get. There's nothing that we don't do.
Can you tell us what are some of the more common reasons patients might be transported to the hospital?
We see a lot of what we call acute injuries, appendicitis, broken bones. Those are like your real common every day. Your sicknesses, of course, now we've all masked up and we're all worried about COVID-19, so we transport a lot of those patients. With that being said, we do deal with children that may be positive. So after every transport with a patient that has any type of ability to have aerosol expelled out into the air, we aeroclave the back of the trucks, which is a cleaning system that we pump into the back. It's a peroxide cleaning system, and it kills everything in the back. So they're clean, they're ready for use at all times.
And I know we have both critical care transport teams, we have acute care, and so, even just thinking of, all the different patients, it might be something like broken bones, it might be something, with a patient that was in an accident or from trauma or seizures, respiratory distress. I know that there's just so many different reasons why kids are transported.
And anything that happens. If a physician here at Arnold Palmer accepts, we go get.
And that's a great thing about this team, and that's one of the things that we're so grateful for, as our hospital, and having participants like you that are fundraising for our hospital, for hospitals across the country, is you never know the services that you're going to need, and this team really serves as an extension of our team in the community. And so being able to transport patients at our hospitals among 18 counties and being able to bring them here where they can receive that specialized care, that's really incredible, and that's something that participants like you are making possible for our hospital, for hospitals across the country that have a similar, team, and so it's incredible.
One of the differences you will see between or you actually can't see it right now, between us and the adult ambulances, we deal with children. When they come here, they get nervous, they don't know. The parents cannot ride in the back with us normally, unless there's really different circumstances. Normally, it will be just a medical team back here with the child. So in order to keep them relaxed a little bit, right below that white light up there, we have a TV on the inside. We have a big DVD library where we can put a movie on to try to put the child at ease. There, watch something, get your mind off of things, and it does make a difference.
We travel with coloring books, crayons. Every child gets a stuffed animal. So it's very friendly based. We want to make it friendly for the kids. They're amped up. They don't know what to expect. So we do our best to take that fear out. And typically, we get to the hospital and mom says, "Oh, there's going to be a major problem. We've never been separated. You know what, Mom, it's really going to be okay, because this is what we do all day long." Put them in the back of the truck, and within about 3 minutes of departing, they're either sound asleep or they're watching a movie.
And it works. And the one advantage the parents have, there's a camera system that connects the cab to the back area, whereas the mom can actually watch the child, or the dad can watch the child during the whole trip down here. To keep them at ease too.
And that's something that's comforting, like you mentioned, it's great to have those diversionary activities for kids while they're in there, because imagine they're back here alone, they're obviously not feeling well. And so to have something like a TV, an iPad, a stuffed animal, but also how comforting for mom or dad that they can sit up in the front of the vehicle and see a camera and know that their child is in the best hands possible, is really comforting.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Troy. Thank you, Tim, for being with us today. Rebecca, thank you again for coming back and spending some time with us. This is just, as Rebecca said, this is just one example of one of the amazing things that takes place at your local CMN hospital through the fundraising you're doing this weekend. So thank you all for everything you're doing for kids and families in your local area. And we really look forward to seeing the miles add up over the weekend and seeing those photos come in for everything you're doing for the kids and families. So thank you all. Have a great evening or afternoon wherever you are, and we'll see you throughout the weekend. Take care.